Have you got your stretchy resistance band? Well, it's a good thing we don't need that. I'm Penny Reeve and we're doing writing warm-ups for kids. In this writing warm-up, we're going to be looking at something that is very scary for many writers. Whether they're young or old, or they've never done much writing, or they've written lots of books, the blank page can be so scary. But there are ways to get around that. In today's writing warm-up, we're going to be facing that blank page with courage and determination, and we will not be defeated by the blank page. Maybe we don't have to be that dramatic, but sometimes the blank page can be scary, especially if you've been told you've got to write about something and you have no ideas, or at least you think you have no ideas. Because you know what? Your brain is a bit like a container full of stuff. There's all sorts of ideas in there, but you don't always find them really easily, especially when you have to write about them. So one of the things we can do to warm up our brain is to practice doing brain dumps. And you can do a brain dump about anything. A brain dump is where you get all your ideas and you think about a particular topic, and then, oh my goodness, there are some interesting things in there. That is a brain dump. So, what if we did a practice of a brain dump together just to warm up our writing brains before doing something else? What if we decided to do a brain dump about the very exciting potato? Now, I can hear you through the video. You're thinking a potato is not very exciting. And you're right. But it's perfect for a brain dump because I wonder what would be in my mind, any ideas about a potato. So when we do a brain dump, we think about the thing and we write that thing in the middle of our page. Now, we do not write it on our blank page. We save that for later. If we're going to do some writing about a potato, but we have no thoughts of what to do yet, we put the blank page aside over there, nice and safe, looking after itself. We're going to do our warm-up on a different piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, I want you to write the word potato. Yep, you do potato just like me. We're going to do potato together. Write down the word potato. And now we're going to get our brains and dump all the thoughts that we might have about a potato, no matter how ridiculous or how boring they seem. Put them on the paper. I'll do it with you to start with, and then I'll let you have a go of your own ideas. So I've written the word potato on my page. I'm going to circle it because that just helps my brain think. And now I'm just going to put all the other thoughts I have about potatoes on the page. All right, potato, what inspiration have you got for me today? It has spots. Spotty. Mashed potato. Mashed potato. What else about potato grows in the ground? I knew that. Ground grows in the ground. It's yummy. Sometimes. I'm going to write the word sometimes. All right. How about you keep going and I'll keep going too. And we'll write as many thoughts until I say stop about potato. Whatever is in your brain about a potato, write it on your page. Chips. Oh, sorry. You're supposed to be doing yours. All right. How about you stop there? What kinds of ideas did you end up with on the page after you did a brain dump about potatoes? Well, I had a few interesting ones. Would you like to hear some of mine? I wrote down Mr. Potato Head, you know that toy. I wrote down mashed potato. I wrote down dinner, potato cakes, French fries. I figured it was hard. I figured you could throw a potato. It's can be tasty. Have you ever found a rotten potato? They are not pleasant. They really stink. So I wrote that down as well. So now you've got a page full of potato-related ideas. Now, some of them might be describing the potato. Some of them might be the things you could use a potato with. Well, we've done a brain dump about the potato. Now, you might think, Penny, this is a bit dull. Why are we brain dumping about a potato? Well, why not? That's what we're doing. We're warming up our brain. You can brain dump about anything. You could brain dump about hand weights. You could brain dump about your pet dog. You could brain dump about anything. It's just about warming up your brain and getting your brain used to finding the ideas that are rattling around in there, even when you didn't know they were. The next thing you can do about after you've done the brain dump down there, you can make that brain dump even more tailored. So what we do here is we look at our ideas and we cross out the boring ones and we circle the ones that are interesting. So let's do that together. Let's see, what will I cross out? I like the idea of throwing potatoes, so I'm just going to circle that one. I like the fact they grow in the ground. Mashed potato, it seems a bit boring to me. How about you do yours and I'll do mine? Ooh. I actually had in the ground written twice. That can sometimes happen with a brain dump, and that's okay. It's okay to have the same thing come out twice. All right, I wonder what you had circled. For me, the one ideas that I circled were throw them, grows in the ground, soggy, and chips. So now we're going to choose one or two of those and put them on a different page. I'm going to choose grows in the ground and throw them. So I'm going to put them on a different page. Grows in the ground and throws them. And I'm going to put a circle around them. Guess what we're going to do next? That's right. We're going to brain dump on whatever those ideas are. So you've probably got something different circled on your page. So how about you do the same thing? Write the circled ideas on a new page in the middle, and then we will brain dump for 1 minute using my trusty timer and see what we come up with after brain dumping the second concept. Ready, set, go. You don't have to be writing about potatoes anymore, but you can if you want to. I'll admit that one was trickier than the first one, wasn't it? The thing with a brain dump is you don't have to be too strict. You're just writing down thoughts and ideas. They can be factual. Sometimes our brains like to think about facts, but they can also be made up. I wrote down grows in the ground and throws them. That was my idea. And then I brain dumped around that. And I brain dumped about 2 friends growing under a tree. You could get hurt if you're throwing potatoes. You got to pull them out of the ground, covered in dirt, winning the contest for catching potatoes. My ideas were connected with potatoes, but can you see how they were getting a bit more complicated? That's what brain dumping can do. It gets the ideas out of your head and onto the page. I hope you had fun brain dumping. with our trusty friend Potato here today. And I will see you next time. Until then, happy writing.